Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another Marvel Rivals Championship Open Qualifier cast. We're actually fast approaching the day where we're heading into the closed qualifiers, so that is very exciting. We are here in North America this time, and we have Rad Esports versus Intergalactic. You may notice that in my voice right now that I am quite sick. However, we're still going to try and do our best, get as many games in as possible, especially if I have to take some time off due to being sick. I want to make sure that I have some games ready for y'all to watch. So, Rad Esports on the left. We're heading to Hall of Jalia. Hawkeye and Adam Warlock getting banned down by Intergalactic. We don't see Adam Warlock too often, so it's a bit of more of a unique ban here. We're securing the Moon Knight. Not picked too often, but the right hands can be devastating. And Hela, that hit scan, going to be locked in, both secured. Now allowing the teams to pick them up if they need to. Second ban, Winter Soldier. Another quite high skill hero. We don't see him in too many games, but when we see him, he's usually quite impactful. That hook, very devastating to those forward frontliners. And Psylocke, taken out as well. This, of course, as we mentioned, leaves Hela open. We have a Groot being hovered over by Intergalactic. That is quite exciting. And same for Rad Esports. Now again, for Asia and Europe, we're seeing a lot of Doctor Stranges, of course, but we're also seeing Magnetos. We're seeing a little bit of Venoms and Hulks, and we even saw a Penny Parker at one point, but we're not seeing too many Groots, so it's cool to see them pick it up here. Let's jump in and let's talk about our players. We have High playing the Moon Knight. Zatex is going to be on the Hela. Pride on Mantis. Coopertastic is playing Lunar Snow. I play Ow. I can't imagine what that could possibly mean. It's going to be playing the Groot. Sky is going to be playing Doctor Strange. They are Rad Esports. On the side of Intergalactic, we have Doomed going to be playing the Hela. Absolute going to be playing the Moon Knight. Fidel is on Lunar Snow. Widow on Doctor Strange. Xenaroth will be playing the Groot. And Nuck will be on the Mantis. Very, very similar, identical comps for these teams. Defensive positions being set up by Rad Esports. Let's see if they can hold that initial engage angle. Let's jump aboard with Xenaroth, as they're going to be the one facing the front line, already getting locked down by both Mantis and Lunar Snow. Then the double CC portal came down as they tried to dive into the back line. The wall coming down to give Xenaroth the chance to try and make their way forward. Good damage output. Now it's Groot on Groot, as the Doctor Strange shield holds for a little bit. But this push already falling apart for Intergalactic, as they did lose Hela and Moon Knight with both their damage dealers down. Nice zoning there by Xenaroth, preventing them from being flanked and giving more time for the team to try and rotate in and rejoin them, but being alone as just two tanks is not working out in their favor at all. Already dropping down, dropping lower. Window is trying to make some space, but is getting flanked on by every side, and Rad Esports repel the first push. Nicely done. Coopertastic going to be pulling back to the defensive positions. Doom throwing down a couple shots. Bit of terrain destruction, giving themselves better angles. Make sure there's no cover for the pushing Intergalactic. They've got the zoning done. The objective has been activated. The map is very upset right now. Going to be taking a few shots in. I play out. Going to be trying to drop some damage, trying to break down those walls, and they're trying to keep them off the point right now. If they can push them back up, you cut down their angles of attack because they're all being forced to retreat together. And it's working. They've already taken down Doomed once again with Hela down, as is Window, and they are pushing in deep. This is looking quite rough for Intergalactic right now, as Rad Esports are taking full advantage of the aggressive positioning. Healing back up, trying to make sure that they are prepared and in position. Xenaroth revives, rejoins the team. Window does have that Eye of Agamotto. They could try and turn this fight around. High, currently in a bit of a duel, a little bit outnumbered, but still trying to trade out with the Moon Knight. Wrath of Khonshu comes out as Hand of Khonshu comes out, trying to get a little bit of extra damage. As High, gonna wrap around to the side, drops his own directly onto the back line. High with an incredible flank there. We already lost Fidel. Down goes Doomed once again. A devastating fight there. Pride healing up the rest of the team to keep them going. Pushing once again onto center off. Big stun coming out. And that is another repel by the members of Rad Esports, who are looking crazy good at this first stage. This is a good fight right now. This defense has been solid. And we're seeing no changes. Intergalactic, the same heroes, same strategy. Run in, try and get the angle, try and make something happen. Doomed getting dropped low once again. Fidel healing them up, as is Nuck. Gonna make their way in. They have quite a few legendaries here, so they can try and make their way forward. Center off. Zoning out, trying to push forward. Here comes the Death Ascendant as Zatek is trying to turn this fight around and push one more defense. But a huge stun comes out from Strange. And that is going to be with Zatek down. Window may be able to turn this fight around. Here comes Doomed to push back the defending members of Rad Esports. And with 30 seconds left, Intergalactic have full control of the point with everyone forced back. Intergalactic, 2 members down, losing Lunar Snow and Moon Knight. But they still take it. Nicely done there. Holding the line, and they've got this game back on board. They are ready to start trying to counter this. With 30 seconds left, they get the cart active. Now can they push it the rest of the way in? Making their way forward. Good flank by Doomed there, trying to get pressure onto Rad Esports. Getting focused down, though. Big damage output. Doom still trying to flank out. High. Also going for a bit of a wraparound play after taking a bit of damage. Let's jump on with the front line. I play out. Still trying to keep the zone going as Sky also trying to hold that front line with what little shielding they have. They're juggling it at around 200 here, but there's so many members here. Lunar Snow with the heals to prevent the counter pushes. The Wrath of Khonshu pushing in, getting them the big damage onto that backline as Intergalactic are being forced to back up, and this time it is Rad Esports shutting down the push once again. But using that hard enough Khonshu means that they are not going to be able to drop it onto another defense. All they really have left now is I Play Wow, who is dropping low, getting chased there as Intergalactic is starting to stagger the deaths. The cart is moving once again. Doomed is causing pressure on the backline. Zeneroff and Window are making it happen here. They've got another Eye of Agamotto here. Good positioning, trying to sneak around to the backline. Looks like they might have been spotted by Mantis or Hella there. Looks like it was Hella as they will trade some shots back and forth. And Window going to be forced to back up. Got the heals, but wasn't able to turn that round. Counter dive from Sky on the second Doctor Strange. Making their way forward. They're trying to force the issue here. Doomed. Dropping down with the Death Queen Ascendant here, just dropping huge damage into the backline, looking for Koopa-tastic. Dropping down, Eye of Agamotto came out, but it's immediately been shut down. Intergalactic are tanking it through this, holding the line as Window isn't even dropping theirs. They're being patient, they're holding on, completely surrounded and not dropping the ultimate. Is this going to be a mistake? Getting dropped low, healed immediately back up to full. They force their way through the walls of Groot. Using the barrier, they are holding the line with 1.85 meters to go and 23 seconds left. They cannot afford to die right now. Here's the Eye of Agamotto. That gets the backline down, but in the meantime, Zatek is causing huge damage, trying to stop that car from making it, but it's too late. They're on to tier number 3. And an amazing, valiant attempt by Zatek, but they are shut down. And the push from Intergalactic continues. An incredible early game by Rad Esports for this push, and we're seeing so many good moments, but they are starting to get a little bit zoned out here. Absolute and Doomed are both in the backline trying to prevent people from getting out of spawn, as they do have the long spawn now, and give more time for Window and Zeneroff to make that cart move to get pressure onto the map. Sky getting zoned out and pressure by 3 members. Down they go. Koopa-tastic forced back into base. Damage boost onto Doomed. Diving into the backline. If you can keep him in base, that is big, but taken out with the Mantis stun. High on the outside with the Ugg, getting a little bit of damage out there, but the Groot wall working very effectively here. These two teams seemingly having each other's numbers. We're seeing so many amazing trades, just understanding each other's heroes. Hand of Khonshu at the ready. being patient. High, this might be their last chance to defend here. Hong's about to come off cooldown. Arms down, maximizing damage output. Hand of Khonshu coming through. Here comes Doomed though into the sky, dropping huge damage, taking out Sky with the tank down. They've got a pretty rough angle here though. The terrain is in the way and they weren't able to turn this round. The double heals coming out from Rad Esports. They try to pick off the members and keep their team alive so they can keep that cart still. But look at the members of Intergalactic, all except Nuck are up, and Zatek is starting to drop low. Window is dropping low as well though, 96% onto that Eye of Agamotto. If they can hold it, they may be able to lock down and turn this game around. Diving deep into the back line. They get immediately counter-stunned by Mantis, but they're being healed up. Nuck has returned. Fidel is still there. They're just desperately trying to heal them up. Zatek, maybe the last chance the team has if anyone can get onto the point. No! The ultimate is dropped. But they weren't able to get to the point in time, and if they had Hell Unleashed, they would have outraged it. Full distance by Intergalactic, but we are seeing just how strong Rad Esports are. Can they turn this round? Can they make this happen and try and get that victory over Intergalactic in what is already a crazy good game? Are we going to see a mix-up? With the positions changing, will we see any adjustments? Looks like we're sticking with the exact same. Neither team really had too many weaknesses here. It just seems to work, so it's not too surprising. High just going to beat the crap out of the floor there for a moment. This is pretty big.
30 seconds before you attack. Get ready.
It's all about if Rad Esports can get that final 3. If they can, we'll head into our second tie that I will have got to cast so far and head into a tiebreaker. Intergalactic, on the other hand, they need to set up their defensive positions and see if they can hold a little bit better. Portal coming out by window. Oh, I say.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Oh, I say. And can he trick him? He's tried it. He's actually going to try it. Or is he just scouting? This is very interesting.
A shortcut through space.
Portal comes out. And I think I just saw someone go through. Either way. Looks like no one is dead, so I was incorrect at seeing that. Pride trying to drive back, force center off the point there. The pressure is strong here. Zatek is already down. Sky is being pressured. They're trying to hold that front line, but they're getting bullied pretty effectively here as Intergalactic and a much stronger group up. They have been able to repel the initial assault. Intergalactic being forced back on at least the first pressure there. But they're still moving in. They were able to retreat, they're able to reset, and Sky getting the healing, but they are having to put on an absolute clinic of defense here to hold back the members of Intergalactic. Looking good, but now being flanked from the side, and they may have to abandon this position and make their way back to the point, which already is being assaulted. Rad Esports pressuring in. They've forced back the members of Intergalactic to that full defensive position. Can they make their way in and step onto the point? No, down they go. Intergalactic holding this defense at least for the moment, forcing back the members of Rad. I think I was saying the wrong team attacking there for a moment. My apologies if that was the case. Rad Esports respawning. Regrouping, waiting for everyone to return so that they can make their way in together. Absolute. Once again in their high ground flank position. Zeneroff looking to start walling out already, getting pressured by the counter Garut. Dr. Strange making their way in as well, using the wall to prevent being shot from the side, but they're being forced back so aggressively here as Rad Esports are pressuring hard here. Here comes the ultimate from Groot. The hand of Khonshu as well, the extra healing from Lunastow as Rad Esports are dropping pretty much everything. Stun onto the backline. Zeneroff is trying to hold this as best they can. They were one of the few people who weren't stunned in that. So they make their way forward. playing the front line, holding as best they can. Hell Unleashed from Zatek to force back the few remaining defenders and look for that tiered 1 so that they can keep themselves in this game. Counter Eye of Agamotto comes out, and even with that Hell Unleashed, even with the Eye of Agamotto, Rad Esports push is shut down.
Good medicine.
And Intergalactic showing an incredible affinity for defense.
Only 60 seconds left.
Holding the line, keeping them busy, keeping them out of base with only 54 seconds left. Intergalactic just have to hold on for a little bit longer. They're giving it their best. A little bit of pressure, a little bit of zoning, making sure no one gets in. Zatek taken out again onto the side there. High. Looking like they're trying to find a flank. But in the meantime, their front line is getting bullied, and they've only got 30 seconds left. High flanking. They may have to make this play. This Hand of Khonshu could be all there is, but spotted by Senarov. If Senarov can keep them zoned out right now, then that could be the complete deciding factor, because that's most of their damage right now. They need to make the play. High needs to start stepping up ASAP, takes down the Ugg, but now the Moon Knight knows they are there. Looking for the 1v1 duel. They're trying to go for the trade, uses the Ugg to try and trade them out, but gets taken down in the 1v1. Senarov is ulting, window is 60%, holding them back off the point. Intergalactic for the defense in overtime. If they hold this final push with Moon Knight down, they have the numbers advantage. This could be it, and they could take the 3-0 at this first stage, pushing forward as aggressively as they can, and they've done it!
2, 3.
Convincing defense by Intergalactic there. Their offense looking a little shaky just due to how strong Rad Esports were. But that defense, Intergalactic showing some absolute insane strength there. Beautiful splits, the lovely 1v1 at the end there by the Moon Knights. Absolute taking down High in the 1v1 is big there. Look at the kill difference, though. Despite how close that first game was, the KO difference is insane. Hella doomed with 22 final hits, 34 actual KOs. That is mental. Nuck with 22 assists, just helping people out. Fidel also dropping 27. The healers on both teams doing insane work. But Doomed, incredible work there. The back and forth between the two teams, looking at the damage numbers, the Moon Knights, almost identical. Almost identical there. Same with the Hellas. It comes down by the looks of it in terms of those big numbers to the healing by the looks of it. 42,000 for Fidel, 13,000 for Nuck. Nuck was dived by the looks of it a couple times, as was Absolute, but they were still able to hold. That 42,000 healing means that Fidel was keeping those frontliners alive and allowing them to make the space. On the other side, Pride and Coopertastic did such a good job as well, with 23 and 33,000 in respect as well, but they have a couple more deaths under their belt, meaning that they weren't able to be up as often. Despite keeping up in terms of numbers, they weren't able to be up as often to keep Sky and iPlayOut alive. But that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this game. This has been another Marvel Rivals Championship Open Qualifier. I'm going to see what I can do for the closed qualifiers. Maybe more. Maybe I'll do a live stream at some point in the future. But for now, I hope you've all had a good time. If you're in your team, played in any of these tournaments, and you want to see a cast, I can't promise I'll do all of your games, but I can promise I'll pick one at random if you fall into my schedule well enough and I don't get too sick. So what I'm saying is I can't promise anything at all. But I will try. Thank you all for watching. If you want to see yourself cast or want to see any particular team get cast, leave a comment. What hero do you think was the most exciting in this game? What is so interesting about the fact we had a full mirror matchup, the first exact mirror matchup that we have had? Leave your comments. Tell me what you liked. Tell me what you didn't. Tell me your thoughts about the meta. We had a great discussion about Iron Man in my comments a couple matches ago. That was very fun to see. So leave your comments. Enjoy. Give me interactions. Boost me in the algorithm. Thank you all for watching, and see you all next time.